There may be some cat nonsense in the background of this video because it is like hooliganism time. This used to be like peak hooliganism time, but as they've grown older, they are almost 3, which I'm okay. So now they only like really hooliganize like once or twice a month, but last night and tonight appears to be that time. Although it did get warm yesterday, so maybe they're just feeling the vibes. I don't know. Anyways, so yes, that is going on and I am filming way too late, but what are you gonna do? So today we're gonna talk about if I read my anticipated releases from 2025. And honestly, I did like prepare for this, and I'm not really surprised particularly by how it panned out. And there were several books in that video that I'm sure I said like these are more just like on my radar, I might pick them up, and I did not pick those books up, so not a surprise. Grab them. I think they were this is the order I talked about them in the video. So first was Destructively Mine by Krista Becca Ritchie. This was one that like I didn't really plan on reading because I hadn't read the first book in the series. So, and I still haven't. My library does have it on audio, so I am casually considering picking it up this year because I will hopefully be finishing the Like Us series, so we'll see. And was Finding Home by Lauren Rowe, which I did read. I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it. Of course, I love Lauren Rowe. This was contemporary romance. It's a rock star romance. This one was very interesting because he ends up having a baby with a woman, and then she passes away, and he ends up having a relationship with her best friend as they try to like gain custody of the baby and everything. So it's kind of like an interesting, odd topic, but it was really well done. And this is Sebum's story, so if you've read her other like rock star and rock star adjacent romances, we have been introduced to him in the past, kind of as like just a character on like the outskirts, but this time we got to really spend time with him. Next was Dying to Meet You by Sarina Bowen. This was her thriller for 2025. I did read her thriller in 2024. I did a whole reading vlog on it. My nose is running, and I was not sure if I was going to pick this up. I did enjoy her other thriller. I just like thrillers in me are a little like, I don't know. So yes, I just don't know how I feel about thrillers. I may give this a chance at some point when I'm feeling like emotionally able to handle it and see if my library has it. Or maybe I'll just buy it. I don't know. Because I think I would like to own all of Sarina's books. Pretty close to doing that already. So, next was A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle L. Jensen, which is the second book in the saga of the Unfated duology. And I did read this. I bought it. I pre-ordered it. I read it like right away. I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. Reread the first book before I read it. Gave it 5 stars again. I absolutely loved this. It's like a Norse romantasy. This is the kind of romantasy that works for me. Next was These Summer Storms by Sarah MacLean. This one I was kind of like casually interested in. This is more like literary fiction-y from her. I read almost all of her historical romance and really enjoyed it. So this one I was a little up in the air on. I am still considering picking it up, but as a library book, which was always my plan. Next is another Sarah MacLean, Mastermind, which is the 4th book in her Hell's Bells like series. It's 4 books. And this one actually ended up getting delayed, so it's coming out in 2026 now, but I do have plans to read it still. Next was Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I'm sure I've said this a lot. I am so conflicted on Ali Hazelwood. And I was kind of conflicted on this one, like even picking it up, but it was a split, like one of the characters was a swimmer, one is a diver. I love swimming. My dad was a swimmer competitively. I grew up swimming. I never swam competitively. I don't really have that competitive sports gene. I also like can't sink. I've never been a good sinker. So like I am horrible at like swimming because like I just like can't. My dad, he may have done a good job at teaching me how to swim different strokes, but he did not teach me how to dive nearly early enough, and now I like can't dive. Like anyways. But I do enjoy swimming. It's one of my favorite sports to watch. My dad thinks that's hilarious. Well, maybe not hilarious, but he does not enjoy watching swimming. He finds it very boring, especially like longer races. And like, I get it, trust me, when you have a race that's like 10 or 15 minutes, yes, that can get a little boring. But I always enjoy watching swimming. Like in the Olympics, I watch swimming content fairly regularly on like YouTube and Instagram and stuff. And I enjoy swimming. I love the smell of a pool. Oh my gosh, if I walk into, is it called a natatorium or something like that? Like the pool. Oh my gosh, that smell, it just makes me so happy. So, and then I had heard some things about this, like around the, like, it's supposed to be like a little kinky. I feel like that was oversold. And the behavior of the hero. And when I heard it, I was like, oh, that actually sounds really interesting right now. So I picked it up, and it did not do what I wanted it to do, or what I felt like it was going to do. I still gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it well enough. So I don't know. I'm still all over the place on Ali Hazelwood. Like, I did not like her paranormal at all. But her contemporary, I think I'll continue probably trying from the library. So, you know. Carving Shadows into Gold by Brigid Kemmerer. So I did have the best of intentions of reading this last year, because it's the second book in her Forging Silver into Star series, which for some reason I thought was a duology, but it is not. It's a trilogy. And so I had even reread the first book in January of last year in preparation for this one. But once I found out it was going to be 3 books and I didn't know when the third book was coming out, because there had been such a long gap between the first and the second, I was like, oh, I don't know. But the third one is coming out in January. So this is on my TBR for like January. It's going to be one of the next books I read. You are actually on it right now. So, yes, I do have plans to read this though shortly. And then the last one is The Charlie Method by Elle Kennedy, which is the last book in the, I can never keep these series straight. like they have campus in them, the Campus Diaries. And I gave this a very generous 3 stars. I was very close to DNFing this, and the only reason I didn't is because I do really like Elle Kennedy. This one just like was such a flop. It was way too long, but at the same time, like, we did not get enough character development, I felt like, especially for the 2 boys. This is a poly romance. It just did not work for me. It was such a slog to get through. So I was very disappointed, because especially the 2 boys, we had met them previously in the earlier 2 books. And I was so excited to spend time with them and to get to know them and everything. And Charlie, like, I don't hate her as a character. Like, she was fine. But it was kind of a disappointment. So, but that is how my 2025 anticipated releases went. I have posted my 2026 anticipated releases video already. It is very trimmed down. I am trying to be very careful about even like learning about releases so that I am not prompted to buy a lot of books. I am going to try to spend like less money on things and focus on my physical TBR and using my library. But I'm pretty happy with how it went. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.